Okay, so this is why I think this was a bad decision. First of all, I'm going to take all the bullets out. I always tell you I don't give a crap, and if you don't like it, don't watch. But this time I'm going to because the problems I've already had. Okay, so it is clear. So this is the Pro Mag. Very nice magazine. It looks exactly like the stock one. Okay, and when you put it in, okay, that's what it looks like. But then when you go to see how I'm not even doing anything literally. I'm like literally just pulling it out. You see, there's the button on this side. Here's my hand. Really. So let me hold the front. They won't even snap in. Now, I found that if you push the button all the way, it'll snap that way. But and here is the mag that came with it. I'm not taking the bolts out of it. So see, I'm still doing the same thing. One out. So this gun is useless to me. And let me tell you, the piece to replace is extremely hard to find. Like, the only place I could find it was eBay. There was only one person selling it. And this is where I got it from on eBay. Armory Depot. Or Depot. So, this is the piece that's broke. And it's really made very cheaply. But there's a little lip on this, which you really can't see. I'm not going to take it out of bags. I don't want to drop it here. But there's a little piece that clips onto the magazine here, which is right there, that little part right there, which both of them are exactly the same distance. So it's not like, it's not like I got gypped or anything. But anyway, yeah, I'm not going to use it no more. So now I'm going to replace it and hope to God that I can replace it because I don't want to send this back because, first of all, it'll take forever, I'm sure. And, it's something I can't even use, can't even carry. So, anyway, let me change this out. Hopefully it won't take me long. It's 4:45 now. We'll see about how long it's going to take me. I watched one YouTube video, and I think it took the dude like 20 minutes to do everything. Now, he's also a gunsmith, so I'm not. So it might take me just a little bit longer. And I hope I have the right punches. If not, then this might be a second part of the video. But I've got a lot of punches, and I'm pretty sure that I can tap that out and get it done. So stick with me. I'll be back hopefully in a few minutes, and we'll go from there. All right, let me kind of show you what's going on here. So as of right now, I got the gun apart. I'm gonna go ahead and take a spring out so it's gonna fly out there for some reason or another. So I'm not a gunsmith by any means. I'm gonna go ahead and take it off. I gotta knock these out right here, and then supposedly all this comes out, and we'll go from there. And I'll try to show you best I can. I'm not, like I said, a gunsmith, so we'll find out how this works. All right, so I've tapped the pins out. I could probably just keep tapping them, and you see them sticking out. So I'm gonna try to pull them out with these pliers and see what happens. Channel locks, rather. Sorry, I didn't mean to call them pliers. I know some people are really anal about that. Okay, so I'm going to just pound them out. So I'll put this foam pad here that my dogs like to chew up. Okay, that came out. And that one's out. Now, of course, they went in the foam. Lucky me, right? So I'm going to have to push them all the way through, apparently. Hope to God I find them. I don't have to. You gotta love it. What are you going to do? You can't make this stuff up, guys. This stuff really happened. All right, so there's the pin. And I don't know if it matters if, one's in the back and one's in the front. It needs to go back that way or not. But I'm going to make sure I leave them that way. That way I'll know. Oh, here comes a good part, I'm sure. It says you can lift it right out, so I think that's all the pins that are in there, so I don't know exactly how to get it out, so that'll be interesting. Okay, there it came. So, there it is. Pretty dirty because of, shot the heck out of it, obviously. So hopefully I'll remember how this all goes back together, because this piece come flying off, and I know it's a trigger assembly deal, whatever. So now, where's my new part? Alright, so here's my new part. So apparently I have to get this piece out of here, and I don't know exactly how I'm going to do that just yet. Okay, I just slid it out. My finger, literally. So you see how it's... So, alright, let's make sure we keep it so we know which way the pin goes in there. Alright, so it's just like this. Short piece to the right. Which actually that piece is probably okay, but... And there's the broke piece. And it is completely broke. And can you believe it's plastic? I mean, you would think. Oh, whatever. Alright, so where's my new piece? Alright, I'm going to go ahead and replace that spring too. I might as well, since I got a brand new one. May not make really heads or tails, but we'll do it anyway. Alright, so we know that it came out this side, as you can see the... Hold my mouth right or something here. The light in here is terrible for me to... There we go. Okay, so there's that. And then the spring is the new one. Just went in there like so. I'm hoping that... Sorry, there's a stink bug coming in here. Kind of spooked me. I don't like bees. So... So that's that. It's in there. Wow. Pretty quick. That already feels better, believe it or not. Oh, of course, now it just broke through. Okay, so I see one thing that I didn't see before. There's a hole in there where that spring actually goes into. There. So there's two holes in there. No, there's one hole. I don't know if you can see it here or not. Yeah, you see it right there? One side of that spring does go in there, the long side, obviously. Okay, and there you have it. Now, let's try to reassemble this now. So everything looks like it's good. I guess it's probably a good idea to hold it upside down, so that spring will actually go in there. So there's no trick photography here, fellas. This is real deal stuff here, and like I said, I'm not a gunsmith, so I gotta try to make sure that everything, looks like it should before I stick it all back together. So something is not right here. Let's try it now. I think upside down is the way to do it, personally. Something is still not right. I know that piece is missing, but I can put that in a second. It just won't seat right. I don't know if something's sticking out wrong, or... I don't want to force it and break it any more than it already is. That might be right. Okay. I just had to push it. So I'm going to put this back on now. There's my lovely dogs. So, once again, I'm not sure how this went on, or... I mean, that's where it needs to go. Ah, I see. Okay, so I'll take it off and show you. So this little trigger guard right here, this obviously goes over that, and that's how it sits in there. Now that I've got it all together, almost, I'm going to go ahead and put it all together, per se. So, upside down. Alright, that's it. Everything looks like it's back together, minus the pins. So I took them out like this. Now my lighting really sucks. Hold on. So, got one pin started, and the other pin started. So let's go ahead and tap this unit back in, make sure everything's going to seat. I should be using a brass hammer, but I don't have one. So, you got to use what you got. So far, so good. All right. So, there's that. Now, let's put her back together. Well, I don't know if the magazine will fit in there or not. Look at that. Like brand new, son. Thank goodness. Just for giggles, I'm going to put this one back in and see what happens. Except I'm not going to push it in there. Okay. So you see, this is the problem I was having on the range. And I jam, and bam, and there you go. Now, it'll fit in there as long as you push the button in. So, I don't mind doing that since I know that I'll have some more rounds. That may be what I need to do. Alright, so let's put this unit back together. Put the spring in. Okay. Put it on the slide. Of course. So, see what I did here. I'm going to have to pause it. See this spring out here? Well, apparently it needs to be into here. So I'm going to pause, fix it, and then come back. I'm pretty sure that's where it needs to be. So let me do that and then show you again. Okay. So I figured out that that spring, I had it over here, needed to be under this bar right here. I didn't have any clue about that. I actually had to go back to YouTube, figure that out, and that's okay. I mean, that's what YouTube's for, right? So I guess the best thing for me to do is to hold that tight in there, kind of. Put that spring in there. So, like so. Just take up all my safety back in, which is fine. Just want to make sure it goes in there, holding everything in there. Trying to make sure I keep in the camera so I can show you. I said safety, but I mean safety. I meant not. Hold on a second. Sometimes I forget how I did it the first time. There we go. Push it all in. I believe that's it. That feels a lot better. Alright. Now, obviously, we'll put the pins back in. I got everything in there. This hammer is not the right one, believe me, I know. Sorry if the camera's jumping all around. Almost. Beautiful. That sounds a lot better. Looks better. All right. Now let's put this unit back on. Over here. So I'm sure you know how to assemble them. If not, then if you want me to do a video on that, I sure as heck can. But most people already know how to do it. That's fine if you don't. I'll show you later. Comment and I'll do a video on it. Here we go. Obviously you know it's clear. Alright. Let's put the mag in there. Yes, I'm putting a loaded magazine in there without a loaded chamber. Oh my gosh. Back. I'm back, brother. I told you it was 444 when I started. With the technical difficulty I had, it's now 509. I love it. We'll make sure. I think that's important. Even if you already know you didn't put a round in the chamber, anytime I put a loaded magazine in, I always still just make sure, even though I know better. Well, look at there. That's not good. There we go. I wasn't all the way in. Okay. So, okay, that's it. Pretty cut and dry. I hope it doesn't break again because these are hard to find. Extremely hard to find. I'm back in the game with a gun again, so hopefully I won't have any more issues. And thanks for tuning in.